Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Welcome back to another episode of Discern from Nicole. So, y'all, I've been up since like 5 a.m. on my last and final day off before New Year's or whatever. And I, I got a huge revelation. And this is going to free some of you if you catch this in the spirit for real. Stop worrying about the opinions of other people. That stuff is so detrimental. Like, we were all made on purpose, right? And you were made to live your life the way you are supposed to live it. Now, yes, you should, you know, feed off of wisdom from others if it resonates with your spirit. If it doesn't, if there's some resistance there, that's for a reason. And that's the stuff that you need to take to God with. Like for me, even when it comes to like, parents and pastors and all these people, like all that advice and stuff like that. Yeah, that stuff may have worked for you, but it may not work for me. And that's okay. Like folks gotta be okay with just being themselves and stop trying to conform to people's ideas and what they like. If they put you in a box and you're supposed to stay in that box, oh yeah, you work for 30 years, yeah, both of you need a job, yeah, both of you got to do this, yeah, both of you got to do that, yes, both of you need to live this way and that way and do this and act this way, and no respectable person does this and da da da. Like who did some of the people in the Bible that Jesus used the most? Come on now. Peter, one of my favorite characters. Straight gangster, okay? Well, cut your ears off, okay? But he was the rock that God built his church on. Come on. Don't play with me. Like, it's regardless of what, like, you have to be you. And you cannot, it's so freeing once you get that, because the thing about it is self-image is everything. So, action step, what I want you to do is not look at when people say something, don't be so offensive, because I used to be that same way. I used to take everything so personally. I'm like, God, they don't like me. Oh, they don't want to be my friends. And no, if they're saying something that bothers you, pause, step back, and say, oh, that's how they feel about themselves. Because any true person that is pure in the spirit and are genuine, they're gonna number one love themselves, and in turn they'll love you. Hey baby, hold on, I'm making a message, okay? Just quiet. And so, good morning, I love you. um so you have to understand that, like, we don't see the world for what it is, we see it the way we see ourselves, right? Like, I heard my mentor say that, and that's so true. I'm like, don't get mad at folks or be ready to curse somebody out just because they, are feeling some type of way about you or saying some stuff about you. It's something they dealing with. It's something that's going on within them. And don't take that mess personal. Don't take it personal. Right? Like, we gotta, I had an amazing talk with my mother in love, and she just gave me some great advice. But yes, but just know and understand that, you know, think about how you treat yourself, right? You treat yourself well and good, and you love you, genuinely you, for you, like spending time with you, going out to lunch with you only, like not afraid to be alone with you. Oh, Lord, he cut the TV on. I gotta hurry up. But fall in love with you first. It'll change everything around you, okay? Also, another thing I wanted to say is when you like have children that are up under you, be it a parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, whoever, watch what you're saying to children. Watch what you speak to them. Words are powerful. And people don't understand that. I don't think that, you know, us blacks, okay? I'm just gonna say it. And really a lot of people, but we don't think that the words we speak, hold any weight, but they do. And you have to, encourage and inspire. That's why we're always like cultivating and edifying our children, because, like my daughter, like when you're young, you're the purest version of you. Life happens and all that stuff happens, and then it gets like, you know, uh, stunted, if you will, I guess, if that makes sense. Like the purest version of you, like it's diluted. I'll say it like that. So, when kids are young, like cultivate that. Like we always encourage our children, like none of them are weird. None of them are, interesting or like no, we cultivate them like Trent is a straight up problem solver. Like anything that happens, he is like quick to fix it. Carson is just his heart is so pure. He just don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. He's always asking me, "Mommy, you mad at me? Mommy, you okay with me? You happy with me? You happy at me?" That's what he says. And then Taylor, she's just the purest version of her. Like I tried to tell her the other day not to wear something, but then I had to catch myself and say, "Okay, if that's what you want." She was like, "I want to wear it because I like it, Mommy." And I was like, "Okay." Like she has her own style. She's her. She's gonna be her, and I love that, and I admire that about my daughter, and that's what she teaches me. Like, look at your babes, they pour into you. Don't ignore that. Don't brush that off. Don't stun it. Don't down talk them. Don't do any of that, because that is detrimental. And what you're doing, like, you don't even know what you're doing when you like say stuff like that. That mess is hurtful. And, we have to be better. We have to be better. And, especially your family, your children, your blood, and you want them to do great things, you're going to have to cultivate them. Yes, guide them, order their steps. But I pray for my kids more than I talk at them and to them like that. Like, I just make sure that they know mommy and daddy love them and we support them in whatever good that they want to do. And that, we're just here for them, all three of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's another note too. And the final thing I wanted to say is that, like Lauren London said it best from Nip, right? You don't possess people, you experience them. Be grateful for the experience. Like, be grateful that, you get to experience them, and don't try to control, don't try to, even when folks make mistakes, because all of us have made them. Like, if you're willing to come at somebody about a mistake, or if you see them going down a path that you have personally been down, then that's when you share your evidence and your testimony to get them to understand it. Because what we want to gain and what we want people to gain is understanding, not talking at them, not just you shouldn't, you shouldn't, you shouldn't, you shouldn't, you shouldn't, if you ain't never done any of that. Like, no. What have you experienced to make me even want to listen and even open my ear gate and eye gate to see and hear what you're talking about? I get the most from people that have lived life and experienced life, and that's exactly how I'm gonna be. Because guess what? I've been on all the sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just want us to understand and know, like, you got to just you. Like have the most influence on people that I come in contact with, and they're willing to hear me and listen to me, and they're drawn in by, because they can feel my spirit, they hear my heart, they know the pain, they can feel all of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can feel it. So, that's why. And it's a lot of people, I'm like, they like, girl, I promise you, you've been in my living room, or you've been in my, yeah, because I hear from God, the Holy Spirit. I've been there. I've thought those thoughts, and I've admitted it, and I've used it in the right context. You know what I'm saying? Whenever like we're talking about something, or somebody's asking for my opinion, I don't say advice, because it's like I don't have advice to give. I could just only tell you and talk about what I've been through, and sis been through a lot. Okay, but yes, but I think that that's what we have to do. Like, I feel like the people that have that are most successful in my eyes are the ones that have gone through things, not afraid to talk about it, and you know, they're just pure. Jesus, they're just pure, like with their intentions, and they don't shun you or judge you or talk down upon you. Like they use it in the exact opposite, to build you up, to uplift you, to turn you, to repent you from whatever it is that you're trying to do, like, or that you were doing that was whatever. Because if they see something like that, like if you're going down a path, then they, like me, I know I can see it. That's why Chris used to Chris used to be like, why you watch all these, like, I love Fatal Attraction, like, because I'm like looking at these situations like, okay, I need to know what to pray against, number one. Okay, what spirits to rebuke off of my children and off of their future spouses and all this kind of stuff, and Chris and myself, you know what I'm saying? And then just signs, like I just need to know what to look for, because but it's Peter 5:8, and it's along the lines of, I'm paraphrasing, um, he comes like the enemy, the devil, comes like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So, we got to be ready for that. And, that's why I do what I do and move the way I move, because, for one, like, you're not going to get over, like, on me, it's, if you think you're getting over, like, you're not really getting over. Like, I'm allowing things to happen and transpire because I'm trying to see something, or I'm trying to learn something from God and get wisdom. And I pray for wisdom all the time, you know what I'm saying? But we'll go into that later. I've already made this like way too long, but somebody needs to hear it. And it's after the holidays, and I had a lot of time to reflect. I have been journaling so much, y'all. I've got some banging stuff coming, um you know first of the year. So I love you, y'all. Take care. Peace.